today we're out here on a leased property that I've had for a few months. We are working on the fence. This property is a small acreage that I got leased just to put my calves on. So Geronimo, Mary May, and little Frankie, and then the older ones, Bobby Sue and Sterling, are going to come out here, and this is where they're going to grow up for a while. And once the girls get mature age, I'll have to take them away and put them in with the big girls, because I'm going to raise my steers and bulls here eventually as we build up the land.
Okay, this is our first little paddock up against the barn. It's probably half, 3/4 of an acre. This fence line that she is working on weeding right now. Last week we took all the trees off of it, had several trees, but we gotta get electricity going back through it. The fences are all here. We just gotta repair them. Here's some trees we took off. So this will be specifically for little calves that are coming from the house that still might be on 1 bottle a day. So we've got some repair to do up there closer to the barn, where the horse, there's no electricity, so the horses just put her head over it and weighed it down. Up here you can see, not quite sure what's in here beside a big cedar tree. But it butts up right against these people's yard, so we will be making sure this looks real good for them and keeps our animals off of their property. So they've got a nice big area here for starting out calves, and then this next one, go through the gate right here. It's probably about an acre, and it's got 2 tobacco barns on it. Which we will probably be opening up one of those, cleaning it out, using it for shelter. We will be putting up temporary fence around the pond, just so there's no temptation for them to get into it. So the little calves will actually have a little rotation to go back and forth to this one and that one. And here's what we're working with here. We've got 1, 2, 3 hot wires and 2 bob wires, and really the only one needs any work is the top one. This was just covered, you couldn't see it last week, and she's already cleaned that out. Just getting this fence ready. So we made us a way to the power box, and we've got the insulators up for this top strand right here. But we hadn't got no power on the power box, so we're not going to hook it up. We've got to hook it up over that gate. We got all the wood, all the nails, everything that could hurt an animal, all up there. We got everything but the water hose here. Got all the nails pushed back into the barn. So it is really starting to look good. A miracle has made that fence look fabulous, like usual. Here's an idea how big the trees were on the fence. And perfectly clean now. All the way down through here. Here's those brush piles I showed you earlier that came off this fence. But now there is nothing on this fence. So So this corner is really making a transformation. We got all the old wood. Some of this is really good. We are going to be using as fence posts, but it was on the neighbor's property, and you don't do that. We're going to clean it up. But we got this corner totally cleaned up, and we got part of the fence. We got the electric wire hooked up to this corner. We're bringing this up from the pond, and we're going to put the barbed wire back on it. So I came up here to show you there was brush all the way down here, but Righteous has already got it all burnt except this little bit. So that whole fence line's clean, and this whole fence line's clean. All the way down there is the corner we've been working on.
So this property is a nice little start for my calves, but it is not big enough for my whole herd. So it is just a nice little place to take calves to let them get up to teen size so I can move them to put into other properties. But it is perfect for the babies, and it'll be big enough for about 2 steers to grow on.
That's good. So they're going to go from there out to this green grass. Hey, buddy. You found you some hay?
Yummy. And they're not going to know what to do in all there.
Here comes the big ones. Comes the big Holstein. This is the next day. He sees the grass, but he doesn't know exactly how to get to it. Come on, Jeffro. Come on. Here he comes. Here he comes. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. run and they stop. They're going into their first paddock. We got the boats and trailers all sectioned off. They've been standing at the two older cows know exactly what this is, and they've been standing at the gate belly aching. Got it all the way down to the pond, and you might be able to see it right there. She's calling them. They know what that means. They got to go into a little holding pen to get through to here. Oh, can't come through because Jethro won't come through. I will. Jethro is out there playing.
Stay in there, dude. Stay in there. Come on, Calves. Come on, buddy.
Come on, gals. Come on, guys. Here they come. Oh, they saw the fence. And they stopped. I thought usually they run and check out their surroundings. Okay, this is where the two steers has come out of. They've done a pretty good job cleaning her up. We're going to finish cleaning up. They cleaned up around that tree some. And now they know how to come on, cows. But these guys down here have no idea what she's talking about. The secret to herding them is not herding them too fast, letting them make their own decisions. Keep calling.
Come on, Calves.
That they're totally ignoring. But see there, he's putting a little pressure on them, so they're walking away. The idea is not to get them running.
Come on. Well, if you get them to follow the fence, that'd be fine. Come on. Come on, Calves. Come on.
Take a step up, Daddy, just to let them know you're there. There you go. Just kind of move around there.
Come on, Calves. Come on, Drama. Come on, Drama.
These cows have never done a exchange. Once they learn how, they will.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Okay. Keep talking.
Come on, baby.
Get yours to move, Daddy. There you go. Okay, he's going to want to turn back, so keep irritating him. Okay, stop. Come here, Daddy. Righteous, get up the butt. Come on up, Righteous.
Let him look for a minute. Frankie's not that big. Nobody's gonna follow her.
Shaggy, ain't she?
No. Hi, baby. Hey, Frankie.
Miracle. There you go. Okay.
At the cow.
It's open. All right.
Okay, so they got to decide whether it's open or not.
There we go.
No pressure.
There we go. Good baby. Good baby. Come on, Cal. Come on, Cal. Come on.
And there they go. Okay, Miss Miracle, I'm going to ask you about where we are at today. This is the end of April, and a whole lot of things have changed. And you got your big new property. Everybody's going to know about that. But I want you to tell me about where you're at right now.
So this pasture is a good friend of mine's. He actually had a horse on it before. And his horse is not able to eat green grasses anymore. The sugars in it make him founder. So he is up on a dry lot and only eats hay. So I had asked my friend if I could possibly put my calves out here back in the fall, back in September, before anything went wrong. So I had permission and we got started on the fence. I got disheartened about the project after I lost my main pasture, so it took us a little longer than we thought to get it done. But today we put the big cow. So this is a 7-acre pasture. It is only big enough to feed my little calves. So when I originally got it, that's what I got it for, was just to put my calves in it after they get off their mamas or after I wean them off their bottle, to come over here and do their first year of growing. But under the circumstances, I needed to put bigger cows on it. But the blessing is once I started working on the fence, the neighbor behind.
So this just happened recently, didn't it?
Yes.
Okay, this just happened recently. Okay, show us.
So right over behind the other side of the pond, the neighbor saw us working on the fence and he said, well, if y'all need some more pasture, go ahead and start working on my fence and you can have that 2.5-acre pasture to add on to this already 7 acres. So that almost got us up to 10 acres just in that little wonderful blessing from a neighbor. And then later, me and my dad went and asked another person that has pasture connected to this one, which is another 2.5 acres, if he would be all right with us cleaning off his fences and bush hogging his grass and just making it look nicer. And we accidentally put up a fence on his property, and so we called him about it to pretty much apologize. And he said, well, you didn't take that fence down, did you? And we were like, no, but if you don't want it there, we'll take it down. And he said, no, you go ahead, you graze it. So God blessed us with another 2.5 acres. So this pasture is now dedicated, since I have my bigger pasture now dedicated to my girls. This pasture is dedicated to growing my first little round of calves over here, which is the 5 babies, and finishing out my 2 bigger steers. So we just recently, like today, finished this fence and was able to put the cows in the main pasture. So they're out here in their rotations again for the first time in over 4 months, almost 5 months. And they're very, very happy. And when my cows are happy, I'm happy, so we're happy. So with the blessing of land from the neighbors of this pasture is already up to the acreage size that my last pasture was, just because people wanted to bless me.
And so now with your new acreage that you got at the end of the last video, what that makes you double?
I have double the property now that I did before.
You had double the property, and it one of the things that you talked to God about is you don't want it all in one bunch anymore.
Just in case something goes wrong, someone passes away, somebody has to move, somebody inherits, whatever may happen, I'd like to have different patches in different places. For one, I need to keep calves away from moms for weaning. I need to keep bulls away from cows before breeding. So having different acreages, if I lose one, we'll just move everybody around again. But they will not ever be homeless ever again.
Now, tell them the good thing about this pasture that was for the calves and why we were excited about it. Because it was so close to home.
Oh yeah. This pasture was perfect for my babies because it's so close to home. It is a 5-minute drive. here and back to my home. So and all the neighbors know to contact me if anything goes wrong, anything happens.
And all the neighbors are wonderful.
Yeah,
We didn't have that before.
They were like, when are you bringing your cows?
Yeah, they're looking for the cows. It's so amazing.
Because we've been working on this property for several months, so they've seen us but no animals. So now if the critters are out here, they're like everybody's pets. Everybody is the owner of my cows, because on this property I have 3 landlords, which is really crazy, but it's really fun. So I'm blessed with some wonderful pasture to raise my babies at. I could actually even bring babies here on a bottle.
Yep.
And feed them here because it's just so close to home. It's on my way home from my job. It's on my way home it's right here in the neighborhood, and it's just wonderful. Because my other pasture is a little further away from home, but the mama cows know how to take care of themselves, unlike babies.
I can't believe it's terrible out here, but I wanted to show you the progress and the way cows are supposed to be grazing. They just grazed over here. This is their last paddock, and we got that mowed because they eat the good grass and they leave the undesirable stuff. So what we did was we mowed it down just because everything's growing so fast. In the winter time, in the fall, we won't be doing that. She's over there fixing to go into another paddock, weed eating, making everything beautiful for the landowner. And this has already been grazed by the 2 steers, and it's still head tall to the babies. And the steers are down here. Sorry about the wind, it is blowing like crazy. So here are the steers. Get up over the fence here. You see them out there? And they are in grass real high. We can't keep up with it right now with only 2 steers. They munch it down, and then the little ones come behind us. So they are happy. They're really starting to slick off now. Hair's really falling off, but it is chilly out here still. That is pasture. See the wind blowing? That is pasture that they're fixing to go into in a couple days. Now here's our management practice here. We keep right up against the fence mowed. It's now been mowed on the other side, and it's only been about 2 weeks since she weed eated, but she will be coming back through here with the weed eater, and then it won't, after the spring flush, it won't have to be weed eated much more this summer. And we had to mow down through here where we're putting the temporary fence. And there's those guys again. We mowed up against this fence. And they have this beautiful pond over here, and the funny thing was these steers didn't know how to drink out of the pond. And we are being very, very careful of not letting the cows are not going into the pond at all. They make them a little, this pond was used by horses, so every once in a while there's a place where they go down. We're watching real closely for erosion, and if they start getting into the pond, we'll simply just put a strand of electric wire across to where they can only get their nose in it. So like I said, we're being real careful about the pond bank management, and it's already where they were. It's already been weed eated, and all the like the briars and stuff and little trees have been weed eated off, and we're letting all the natural stuff, that the pond grasses, come back. Now right there is our pasture, as you can see, and you can see our fence line right there, and you can see this is getting mowed. This was not a part of our lease at all. This belongs to somebody totally different, and we have gotten in touch with this person, And we now got to add on to our 7 acres over there 2.5 to 3 more right here. So it was got a lot of broom straw on it, like you can see. So, but I'm real impressed with how much grass. Righteous is just knocking the tops off. You can see it's still 12 inches tall. But the cows are just not going to get over here real soon. So he's just putting the mulch back into the land. It's going to add compost to it and just make it all that much better. We got to work on it. It goes all the way up to the road here. Got nice shade trees. And we are going to have to fix the fence, of course, and keep that well maintained, especially at the road. And by the time they get to the corner of the pond, or we may wait till they come all the way around the pond to put them in here and just save it for the fall. But they should get 3 to 4 great rotations in here. And it's just beautiful. We are blessed. We waited on God. He answered our prayers. It's just, being patient was so hard, and not getting bitter was so hard. But look at what He's provided. And this is just the little pasture. This isn't the big one that the Lord provided with. This is the little one. Got this boy a drink. See if he's about ready for a